What's going on, guys? Sasuke the Savage here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Mahou Shoujo Site episode 4. Episode 4. Off the bat, this episode was a little below average. I thought episode 3 was an okay episode. It wasn't episode 3 wasn't good, but this episode was a little decrease in quality compared to episode 3. But as long as listen, I'm sticking by the show through the long haul. It's not long at all. It's only like 11 episodes, something like that, 11 or 12. So I'm going to watch this whole show throughout the whole thing, okay? As long as the episode isn't as bad as episode 2 or near episode 2, I'm cool, and I'm going to ride this whole thing out and just finish it because I like finishing stuff that I start. But episode was a little below average. The main reason being the flashback of Aya and why she was being bullied by Sarina. It was such a stupid reason. Okay, they could have done so much. They could have done a lot of things to make Sarina have a reason for bullying Aya. But the reason why Sarina bullied Aya is because Aya didn't thank her for Sarina sticking up for Aya. And I say sticking up for her because she didn't really stick up for her. She just kind of like tolerated her. That was it. It wasn't like she went in defense of her. That the only time she really went in defense of her is when the teacher told her to read louder, and then she said, well, she's just a quiet girl. This is like another form of bullying. That's the only time she really stuck up for her, but it was something so minor. It was like, okay. On Aya's part, now I'm not condoning bullying. I never condone bullying in any fashion. No one deserves to be bullied. But why, like Aya, I understand she's bad with communicating with people. She's very nervous. She has low social skills. We know this. But she could have at the very least, acknowledged what Sarina was doing for her. Okay, because she would look back at her, but she wouldn't say anything. And I'm not saying you could have not have said anything, but just something like a little curtsy, bow, or something to acknowledge that, hey, yeah, thank you for helping me out. It would have been a small gesture that I felt she could have did. But again, I'm still not condoning bullying whatsoever, because no matter what, nobody owes you for doing something. If you chose to defend Aya out of your kindness, then you should just do it. You shouldn't expect a thank you. But like I said, on Aya's part, it was just like, okay, you could have thanked her. It's okay that you didn't, but you could have. And on Sarina's part, it's like, you're bullying her because she didn't thank you. That's the whole reason you're going to this extreme. Because I want y'all to listen to this. This is the shit that Sarina has done, all under the premise that Aya didn't thank her. This is the shit she's done. Put glue all on her seat. Wrote garbage on her desk that she can't even erase because the writing is still there. Put razors in her shoe. Stepped on her goddamn neck like she was doing those exercises, those little kickstands or whatever. Dumped her head in a toilet. And attempted to get her raped by some huge ass dude, all because she didn't thank you for something that was just a little kindness. It's not like you saved her goddamn life. I mean, that's your reason for bullying. Like, see, that's just a weak ass reason. I mean, you could have done something like, for example, you could have made her bully Aya because she was jealous or something. That would have been a better reason. It would have still been stupid, but it would have been a better reason than, oh, you didn't thank me? Well, I'm going to fuck up your whole life. It's like, bitch, where's the equivalent exchange in that? No, that doesn't make any sense. I also don't like the fact that everybody in the show seems to be sadistic. Yeah, everybody seems to be sadistic because we find out from Suyuno. We find out her backstory. I'm just going to call her Suyu. It's much easier to say. We found out from Suyu's backstory that, well, we already knew that somebody killed her parents. And I didn't mention this last time, but they killed her father and dad. And then they made the mother pregnant just because. I mean, it's not like we were emotionally attached to these people, but it's just like they just made her pregnant. They was just like the creators just like, let's have her parents die at a very young age. Let's have them murdered. Not good enough. Let's make the mother pregnant. But anyways, you have Suyu's parents murdered, and the killer, why did he kill these two guys? No reason. Like, that's what I'm saying. It's just sadistic people for the sake of being sadistic. And I understand there are people like that in the world, but this story is too condensed for every single person to be sadistic. The magical girl hunter, sadistic. Aya's brother, sadistic. Sarna and all of her friends, sadistic. This killer and Suyu's backstory, sadistic. It's like, why is everybody just crazy, bloodthirsty murderers? You could give them valid reasons for doing some of the things that they're doing. It's not like you got to make them sympathetic characters. That's not what I'm saying at all. But at least have them have reasons sometimes. Yes, like I said, there are people who act without reasons and they just kill just to kill. Yeah, there are people like that, but every villain has to be like that? No. So, yeah, Suyu's the killer of Suyu's parents, he kills the parents for no fucking reason, and he allows Suyu to live because he says you're going to grow up to become beautiful, and then he just leaves her alive, which does not make any goddamn sense. It doesn't make sense. And the fact that Suyu was able to find this dude and have him captive, how did she find out this dude? See, it's like, I know for sure they're never going to explain that. How much you want to bet they're not going to explain how Suyu found out how to find this dude? I bet you they're not going to explain it. What I did like in the episode is what I liked in episode 3, and that's when the friendship between Aya and Suyu, I really like that. Because this show is too dark. Anything that's good in the show, like happiness, I'm all aboard for it. I'm all aboard for it. And it feels natural, to be honest. They didn't really try to force them to be friends, because it's not like Suyu is. I mean, they're both helping each other, and they have friendship because of the camaraderie, because they're both magical girls and they both are experiencing the same thing. So their relationship feels natural. So the show is doing a good job with Aya and Suyu's friendship. Now, although this was convenient because you have Sarna and she was in the same room as the magical girl hunter, and that's why I forgot to mention. We find out that the magical girl site administrator, the voice sounds like a dude, but it looks like a evil ass girl, like from some Insidious shit. But he says, I'm just gonna say, he says that his name is God damn, how am I forgetting his name? Nana, which is a girl's name, but it's a dude's voice. So yeah, but he says his name is Nana. So we found out his name, and for some reason, Sarna knew the backdoor page to find out the temp disc countdown, which that's like, how did she know that? She went on the site and she just knew it immediately. She just clicked on the ear and then she found out the temp disc countdown like that. I was like, are they going to explain how she knows that or what? But they didn't. And then she gets her magical stick, which is a yo-yo, and it seems like it cuts shit. I don't exactly know if that is her power. Cool, but this is the problem I have with her power, and this is something that needs to get explained into further detail with the magical sticks, because I had this problem in episode 2, and I had a lot of people in the comment section try to explain this away. Okay, because I was talking about Suyu's power. Okay, I was talking about Suyu's power, and I was like, this is kind of anticlimactic because Suyu's power allows her to freeze time. So in any fight she's in, she's really going to win because all she has to do is freeze time and then it's over. My question is her power based on duration, how long she can do it, like estimate, like actual time going on, or quantity? That is my question. Because if it's quantity and then she can freeze time indefinitely, then it's anticlimactic. Now, if it's duration and she can only stop time for a certain amount of time, then I'm okay with it. That was my question. But we seen in this episode, which I like again, we see in this episode that Suyu was passed the fuck out because she was using her power too much. But with somebody with a power like Sarna's, hers is a yo-yo that can apparently cut stuff. How does her power work? Because it drains their life, okay? Does it drain her life every time she cuts something? Or like what? That's what I want to know. Because with her magical stick, it's kind of weird because it does, like, every time she swing it, does she lose life? Because that would be pretty bogus if that was the case. But I don't know. Najimi is a transfer student, and she decided to quit being an idol and singing so she could find her friend's killer. And of course, we know Suyu and Aya already know who it is, and they're withholding the information from her. But through the help of Sarna informs Najimi that, oh, this is the person you're looking for. So now Najimi obviously is going to try to kill the magical girl hunter. And I know they're going to do this. They're going to hesitate on Najimi killing the magical girl hunter. They're going to wait until Aya and Suyu get to the hospital. They're going to wait. Now Najimi, she should go in there and kill her immediately. But like I said, how much do you want to bet she's going to hesitate to kill her until Suyu and Aya get there? And then she's most likely going to try to fight those two, which, with her power, it's like she should be able to beat anybody easily because her power is basically mind control once you really get down to it. And you really can't fight that. You really can't fight that unless they freeze her in time before she can even say anything. You really can't stop that, or teleport her before she says anything. But yeah, the whole thing is they're setting up this battle between Najimi and Sarna on one side and Aya and Suyu on the other. They're setting this up, which yeah, I'll give them props for that. That was a good setup. Like I said, it was too convenient that Sarna was in the same hospital as the magical girl hunter, but it's fine. They set these 4 characters up to eventually clash, which is a good thing. And the last thing I want to talk about is Aya's brother, Kaname. I think that's his name. Kaname. Yeah, I think that's his name. Kaname, we only see him in this episode briefly, but apparently he's getting his ass whooped by his dad because his grades are starting to fall. And this nigga is apparently supposed to be a genius. He's supposed to be a genius now. But he can't find an outlet outside of beating the shit out of his sister. He can't find another outlet for his stress. But he's a genius. There's there's a lot of, I already said, there's a lot of ways to ease your stress. 420 wasn't too long ago, bro. Just get some green leaves. Like I said before, strippers, video games. If you want to beat the shit out of someone, take karate, something. It's like there's other ways of relieving your stress other than beating the shit out of your sister. And it's so bad, apparently. His withdrawal is so bad that his grades are slipping. And he's a genius. But yeah. I really hope Kaname dies. I just want him to die. I know they're setting him up to do something at the very end of the show, because he's featured at the very end of the show all the time, and they show him here and there. They're setting him up to do something at the very end, obviously. But I don't want that. I just want him to be resolved. I want him out of here. Like, just go away. Because, again, it's just like, I don't get it. Why he has to be such a bitch. He's just a bitch. I mean, he does have a fair thing, because his dad is expecting so much of him, and it's like he's getting his ass beat just because his grades slip a little, which is wrong. But still, I mean, I can't forgive you when you're beating the shit out of your little sister. So who's a middle schooler? So it's like, I feel no sympathy for anybody except for Aya and Suyu, which those are the characters I'm supposed to feel sympathy for. So it is what it is. Overall, like I said before, I believe this was a below average episode. At least it wasn't bad. At least it wasn't horrible. But either way, I'm going to stick through the whole duration of this anime, and then we'll judge it at the very end. Hopefully episode 4 is better. It should be better with the clashes that are to come. But guys, that is it for this episode review. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. I'm Sasuke the Savage.
I'm out, bitch.